Why put sugar in your coffee? Because life is short. So, you guys ready? Customer of the week. I know it's been a long time since you last heard from me. Things have been crazy. Dog is dying. Classes are busy. Traveling for continuing education. Canceling travel for continuing education to be with the dog. Anyways, funny story today, this morning, phone call. So I'll share it with you. Today's customer of the week is dedicated to a lady named Ace. She emailed me a couple days ago saying, she's looking for 2 hours of tactical training, wondering if I offer that, and wondering about the price. So I reply with, have you looked at the website? We have a whole page on the website dedicated to private classes, including pricing. And if you have other questions, go ahead, give me a call. And I gave her my phone number. I said, give me a phone call and I'll be happy to help you further. Okay, so back up a little bit. The reason why I give someone my phone number and tell them to call me is when I find that they are unrealistic about their expectations, or they're not exactly lined up on what they're buying. They don't know exactly what they're buying. And this is fine. If you're new, a beginner is a beginner. You're new for a reason. So it's totally fine to not know what you're buying, and I'm happy to guide you through it. But you got to do the work. In other words, you got to be willing to go through that process to learn what exactly are we doing and why. All right, so anyhow, so she calls me and she says, oh, okay, well, this is Ace from the email. You said to give you a call. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. What can I do for you? She says, well, I'm interested in setting up a private class on rifle and shotgun. Oh, then she asked me, do you have background in rifle and shotgun? And I'm like, that's a weird question to ask. I mean, have you not looked at our classes? There's like a whole list of classes, all rifle and shotgun classes. Have you looked at any of the pictures on Instagram? We have a lot of pictures of dudes shooting rifles and shotguns on Instagram, on our website, pictures on our website or videos. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, it seems like a weird question to ask, but yes, I have background in rifles and shotguns. She's like, okay, well, good. Because some people don't have that background. Well, I'm wondering, if you're a gun instructor and you don't have background in the different types of firearms, then why are you teaching classes? Okay, anyways, moving on. So then she says, okay, so I'm looking to learn how to target practice with a rifle and a shotgun, and I'm looking to learn how to load and unload it, and I'm looking how to take it apart and put back together a rifle. Actually, no, sorry. She asked, I'm looking how to target practice with a rifle and shotgun and how to take apart and put together a rifle. So my response was, okay, is that all you're looking to learn? She says, well, yeah, and that's it for now. And my response was, okay, well, you don't need me. To be followed up with some good discussion about what exactly we do and what exactly maybe she should add to her to-do list. Now, this is where it gets interesting. We have this conversation a lot. Like, I have this conversation with students all the time. It's a pretty normal conversation because they come in here, they're looking like, they're like, well, okay, I'm looking for something that's super, super, super basic because that's all they know that they need. They don't know what they need yet. And then during this conversation, I will address to them, maybe suggest to them how much other stuff they need to add to their to-do list and what we can accomplish in the day. And this gives us our value for setting up the class. But this girl, upon hearing this, she says, okay, and she hangs up. Like she's flabbergasted. She doesn't know what to do. She hangs up on me. And then later she sends me an email. A few minutes later, she sends me an email and she says, you're rude and unprofessional. Your business won't go far like this, whatever, okay? Let's have some coffee. All right, so guys, it's okay to not know what you're getting into. It's okay to not know the answer. It's okay to not know the questions. It's okay to be uncomfortable asking questions that you don't really know if they're the right question to ask. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be told that you're wrong or be faced with the truth that you don't know what you're asking about. You don't know what you're doing. That's totally fine. All that is fine. But what we deal in, first and foremost in this school, what we do as a business, first and foremost, is building people who can survive adversity, who can thrive in adversity. I've heard this term many years ago called thrivers. Thrivers, which means when shit is not going right, you relish in it, and this is when you come out and you're able to be fully you, fully present and fully talented in that environment when things are not going correctly, things are not going the way they're supposed to go. This is to thrive, okay? So we build people who thrive in adversity, who can survive, and not only survive, but actually do well when things are going wrong. And this girl has a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of adversity that she doesn't know what she's looking for. She doesn't know what she's asking for. She hasn't done any research. She hasn't done any browsing on the website at all. She asks some dumb questions and she gets a response proportionate to her dumb questions. And all of a sudden she can't handle and she gives up and she quits. Okay, so Ace, why do you want to learn how to use a gun? If someone yells at you, you're going to quit. Someone does something mean to you, you're going to quit. Someone says something not so nice to you, you're going to quit? You're going to just give up? Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, you're rude. Am I rude for telling you the truth? No, that's what you pay me for. You pay me to give you the truth. You pay me to guide you, to teach you, to mentor, to coach, to mold and to shape and to lead. Sometimes that involves being rude. I don't be rude intentionally. I'm not rude intentionally. I'm telling you the truth because the truth sometimes is what you need to hear. And if you can't handle the truth on such a small level, how will you ever deal with real adversity? How will you ever deal with true adversity? Like, I don't know, spend a whole bunch of money that you don't have in the hopes that it'll allow you to continue your business during the COVID. You borrow all this money to buy a facility with the buildings on it, and then all the buildings burn down like a month later. I don't know. That would be adversity. Building your business around a shooting range in partnership with the manager and the owner of that shooting range, and then later on have the owner get offended over super stupid shit. Have the owner basically not necessarily kick you out, but basically let it be known that you can't trust him, and all of a sudden you can't trust the owner of the shooting range, so you got to go and find your own space. Oh, I don't know, hiring an employee and having that employee be a huge drama mess, a mess of drama, a magnet for drama, leading to, bickering and infighting within the company, and leading to gossip with competitors, leading to losing all the contracts with shooting ranges in Florida, so I have to shut down my business. Adversity such as new California gun and ammunition laws, which force the customers or students to not be able to buy ammunition, or uncertainty in the market so they can't buy ammunition, so that classes which should be selling out at 12, 16 people are now selling out at 3 and 7 people, and still traveling to Southern California for that, or traveling to Texas for that. So running the business and not being profitable, being negative in the business and still persevering. That's adversity. Having a guy hunting me and hunting my house, watching me for my every move in the middle of the night, sitting in front of the house, watching my house, studying my movements so he can come in and steal firearms or burglarize my home so that he can rob me of firearms at gunpoint when I'm asleep. That's adversity. That's adversity. I'm not saying I've had to deal with most adversity, but I've had my share. And every business and every person's life has their share of adversity. Now for this girl, Ace, can't even deal with a simple phone conversation when I'm right about to give you what you're looking for, right about to give you that enlightenment that you're looking for. But first you got to suffer through a little bit of discomfort, because when we have discomfort, it turns your brain on and you start learning. When you're finding that this is not what you expected, you suddenly become acutely aware of the things that you don't know. You become acutely uncomfortable, but when you're uncomfortable, you start to process new information. And so in order to have this conversation with her, in order to teach her what she's missing, hey, if you want to learn how to target practice, you can go to the range and target practice, because how you target practice really has no bearing. If you want to learn how to target practice so that way you can be effective, you can be safe, you can be productive with that gun in times of crisis, or productive with that rifle or shotgun in times of emergency, so you can be fast and efficient and accurate with it, okay, now we're talking. You want to learn how to take the gun apart and pick and clean it, and take the gun apart and put it back together, and watch a YouTube video. You want to learn how to take a gun apart and understand each of the parts, understand why they work and how they help you to accomplish your goals, to succeed in their adverse conditions when someone's trying to hurt you. Well, yeah, then we can talk about taking the gun apart and putting it back together. But if that's all you want to know, which is how to target practice and how to take a gun apart, go watch some YouTube videos. But if you want to learn more, then we're in the right conversation. But if you want to learn more, you got to do the work. If you want to learn more, you got to be willing to come out here. If you want to learn more, it's not going to happen in 2 hours. It's going to take a little bit more than 2 hours. Maybe a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 5 days, maybe 12 hours, maybe 8 hours. It's going to take something more than 2 hours. So in other words, this is the sound of entitlement. All I want is X. I want to do it in Y time frame, and you're going to give me what I want, or I'm going to throw a fit and cry. You're not going to get what you want in life. And the thing is, I'm giving you what you're looking for. I'm giving you the answer to your question. You give me a question, I give you a response. And you don't like the answer. Not my problem. There's a car showing up here. Trespasser. Be right back.